Hi guys. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to do today's makeup video. I have a project going on today that I'm gonna film. I'll talk to you about it in a little bit, but today I'm gonna do a little bit of a dramatic look for me. I typically stay within the neutrals and I love doing all of that, but today I'm gonna do, what shall we call it? A classic smoky but natural look. And the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with eye drops. I absolutely cannot live without Lumify. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this Dior Lip Maximizer Serum, and I'm just gonna put this on my lips so that they're not so dry. It is so cold right now. And I am gonna take this off before I do my lips because I don't want any clunkiness. Since it's so early in the morning and I'm such a morning person, I am going to put some eye patches. These are from Pathology, and I'm just going to put them on while I do my makeup, my eye makeup, then I'll take them off. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna put on some eye cream. That way the eye cream gets trapped by the eye patches. This one's from Skin Script. I love this stuff. Swivel it on. Oh, it feels so cold, so nice. Anything cold is gonna depuff your eyes. Oh, feels so, so nice. And make sure you get your tiny little crow's feet over here. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, I put that on real good because it is like hugging my eye. Also, there's controversy of how to put on eye patches. Sometimes you put you just put them on however you feel good. Sometimes I do the opposite. Today, oh my God, feels so good. I'm kind of massaging it to make sure it's all touching my skin. Because if not, they'll start sliding down. In true Carmen fashion, I'm always going to start with eyes. Why? When I start with my eyes, any fallout that falls, I can wipe away, and that way it won't get on my foundation. It's so stressful when you have your foundation on and you're doing your eyes and the eyeshadow falls. It's just not the vibe. Jason Wu Prime Eye Primer. I don't use a ton of this because I don't like when my eyelid is so dry. And sometimes this stuff makes it really dry. Any primer will dry it out, obviously, because it's meant for your eyelids not to be oily. So I'm going to just do this. And then I'm going to stamp. I still have a bunch on my finger, and then with my middle finger's up, I'm just gonna stamp and kind of spread eagle. Okay, my eyes are primed. Also get a hit of my Boom Boom stick. If you guys don't have a Boom Boom stick, get yourselves a Boom Boom stick. Oh, so nice. I'm gonna be using the Elcie Cosmetics Minimalist palette to set up my eye and contour my eye. I'm so excited with this palette because it's so easy. It has all the colors you need. Like, you do not need any more than this as a base, and then you can start getting fun colors. So I am going to take my Bella brush in number 5, and I'm gonna start with what would we call this color? The transition color, the transition shade. I'm gonna dip. You're gonna dip like this, and then you're going to remove the excess. That way it's not powdery, and I'm of course wearing white, so the last thing I need is for anything to get on my white shirt. Gonna use this, and then you're gonna go right, this is your eyeball. So when you do not feel your eyeball anymore, that is your crease. If you can poke in like almost on the top of your eyeball, that's your crease. That is where you're gonna put this brush. Right in that little cusp. And then you're gonna go here, and then you're gonna circle the eyeball like an orbit. If you're not touching your eyeball, you're not setting your crease. So once you've placed the color, you're gonna go just above. That way there's no harsh lines, and then you're gonna go in circular motions. So now I have a crease color. Such a huge difference. You can actually just do this and be fine with it because it already gave me some dimension to my eye. As you can see, this eye is just bland. This one, it's almost like contoured. I love, love, love just doing this. I'm gonna go one more since this is a little bit more of a dramatic look. I'm gonna go one more. I'm gonna remember, place the color orbiting my eyeball, not out here, not up, just orbiting the eyeball. And then I'm gonna go up and then I'm gonna do my circular motions so that the transition doesn't leave any harsh lines. No product on the brush at this point. I'm just gonna kind of go all around. I'm gonna take my Bella brush number 7 and I'm going to dip into the brown color. Same thing, I'm gonna dip in since this brush is not flat, it's pointy and circular, you wanna dip like this. If it were flat, you would dip like this on its side. So you wanna dip like this. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start creating almost like a liner, but a messy liner. So just on the outer part of my eye. And then right into the crease. But I first place the majority right on this corner and I'm still orbiting my eye. I'm not outside of my eye. Okay, I'm gonna dip into it one more time. Same thing. I'm gonna start here and go here. The next step I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dip into the black with the same brush, brush number 7. The least amount of brushes I can use for cleaning purposes, the better. I'm gonna do the same concept. I'm just gonna go here in the corner. And what I'm doing here is I'm just adding some depth. That's what I want. I want my eye to have shape. I don't want it to be bland. So orbiting my eye here in the corner. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my big blending brush. It is brush number 5. And I'm just gonna kind of blow out everything that I did. That way it looks nice and seamless. Now I didn't add any product to that, notice that. I'm just kind of using just to blow it out. Since I'm filming a video after this, I'm so excited. I keep on telling you about makeup and I'm not telling you what I'm doing. I will in a second. I promise I'm not gatekeeping. I just want to tell you what the heck. So I'm taking actually a sponge, one of these triangle sponge, and I saw this in a Instagram video a while back ago and I'm like, wait a minute. So what you're doing is you're taking this and you're grabbing the white or cream color and you're using this to stamp your eye so that you get the most payoff. And why I want to do this is because the video that I'm going to film, I want my eyes to be bright. I don't necessarily want a smoky eye, but I do want the smoky look, but I don't want it to be completely where my eyes are just dark black. So I want to add some lightness. This right here, I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to stamp. Now take a look at the color payoff when I stamp. Like, it's insane. So, and this is with this guy, and you have to kind of be careful because if you kind of don't have control, and I'm sure that they sell smaller ones, which I need to probably look into, but if you have a smaller one, even better, because then you can kind of place it where you want it. I don't have any smaller ones now, which I'm so disappointed in myself because I love mini stuff. Okay, so once that color payoff is there, you guessed it, I'm gonna go back with the number 5 and I'm gonna just smooth out those edges. And if I smoothed out too much, I am gonna go ahead and go in there and just reapply. Again, smooth out those edges. I keep on smoothing out too much. Here I go again. Okay. I like that. That's fairly open for mine, but we're gonna take it a step too far. Always going over the edge. A step too far. And I'm gonna add a little bit of glitter. I'm gonna be using the Jason Wu Songbird. Honestly, I cannot with these names, but this is a liquid shadow. I'm gonna place the liquid shadow first, and then I'm gonna top it off with Inglot in the color 1, 2, 3. Inglot is so my vibe. This is what I need. This is a loose pigment, but it's so, so, so pigmented. To put the loose shadow, I am going to be using this flat brush from YSL. So bougie, so expensive, but I'm obsessed with it. It's number 10 from YSL. It was a late night Nordstrom purchase. Okay, you're going to get the Jason Wu. Remove the excess from it, not on the sides. Don't be dirty. And you're just going to kind of you're going to set it. This is the Bella number 9 brush. I'm going to spread it. And now I'm going to dip into the other shadow and I'm going to stamp it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Next, we are going to take the Bella number 6 brush and you're going to remove these harsh edges. This is really important, you guys. Like, removing the harsh edges is crucial to making sure your makeup looks professional. These are the little details that will set you apart. All of a sudden now, it doesn't look crazy. It looks just like it was always supposed to be there. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this look. I'm happy. This is what matters. I'm going to be using the Prosa. I love saying this. Prosa Delineador 4 en 1 negro, 4 aceites naturales, hueso de mani, sábila, hueso de mamey. Hueso de mani, sábila, jojoba, y germen de trigo. What the heck is germen? Is that germs? Anyway, this liner is so thin. So, like, look at this. I love it. I'm going to do a very thin line right on top of my lashes. I'm not going to stress out about it because I'm not going to do a wing. I'm just wanting some depth. And since I'm going to do lashes, I need something for the lashes to cling onto. If you do lashes, my biggest advice is to put something down, because when you put the lash glue, if you just put it on eyeshadow, think about it. Glue on top of powder. Longevity is nothing. So you want to put, even if it's just the slightest little messy line, that'll do. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm not stressing out about it because the glue and the lash band is going to cover it. And that's it. That's all I'm going to do. Like magic, both of my eyes are done. Now we are going to remove our eye patches. Wow. Love. I don't think I have a lot of fallout, maybe just here. And I always love to get this corner just clean. I did my skincare this morning, but there's not enough skincare to ever make me happy. So I'm going to add on the Glossier Future Dew Oil Serum Hybrid. Did you know that Glossier filmed or signed a contract with the WNBA to be the official makeup company? Like, how fucking cool is that? Like, I think that is the coolest thing. Like, the WNBA has an official makeup company. Actually, now that I think about it, I think Anastasia Beverly Hills did that before them. Anastasia, $1 billion company, you guys. Like, how iconic is that? A woman, an immigrant woman, built a $1 billion company. Oh, amazing. I'm being very mindful where I add this. Very mindful. Since this is the Dew, I'm going to use the Danessa Myricks Universal Blurring Balm Powder. No color. I'm just going to get some. I am going to put some here. This immediately just vanishes any pores that you have. Again, very mindful of where I'm putting this. Almost like wherever you're oily. I am going to put a little bit on my nose. Between my brows. The T-zone. Oh my God, let's talk about what I'm doing. I'm so excited because after this, I am going to be filming a video for my new company, my newest company called Blank Marketing. So by the time you see this, I should have already posted that on my Instagram. So go ahead and check it out. I'm so excited because this company means the world to me. This is almost like chapter 5 of my book. So I'm so excited to announce it. It's a different approach. It's exciting. I'm using the Natasha Denona High Glam Foundation, Hydrating, Blurring, Longwear Radiant Serum Foundation. Boom. This is in the color formulated in Korea. Natasha knows. Shake before use. This is in the color N8, N as in Nancy. I'm only going to do 1 pump. 1.5 pumps. I always clean my pump because I'm like a weirdo. I am going to be using Bella brush number 2. I'm going to dip just on the corner. I'm not going to dip on the whole thing, just on the corner. And I'm going to start. But yes, I'm excited. I already have a handful of clients that have trusted me with this company before the launch. And I'm so thankful and blessed to be able to have them and learn with them. And so the fundamentals are done. The base is done. I have been working on this since 2020. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited to finally share and connect with entrepreneurs and teach and inform them of everything I've learned with all the businesses I've ever had. And just all the do's and don'ts. I've always been a fan of servant leadership. When I went to Grand Canyon, the School of Business, Ken Blanchard, he kind of put his footstep on that university. And when they taught us, even if it was accounting, if it was marketing, statistics, anything that it was with servant leadership in mind. And since I've watched growing up, my parents always helping and in any way that they could, if it was advice, if it was direction. And so I feel like I've lived my life like that ever since I was young, if I could help in any way. And just looking back on how many people I've helped build businesses with, build websites, logos, slogans, how much should I charge, where should I buy? And with the amount of community that I have built and people that I have met, I'm just so excited to give back in a cool way. So Blank Marketing is here. I put too much foundation. Like, look at this. Like, the Bella brush really does an amazing job of just putting on a nice layer. For shits and giggles, I'm going to do another layer here just because this is the first area to go. And notice I'm not going down to my neck because I'm wearing white. Ugh, this is, I think it's called a boat neck. And so, oh, I just hate. And actually something that I'm going to do is I'm just going to do this too. Because I don't want this to even, I just do not want this to even get close to my white shirt. I just don't. It's not worth it. Not worth it to me. Alrighty. The next step I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of contour. I've been loving cream. Cream has been really good to my skin. Don't do what I did. Start with a half a pump and work your way out because this pump was probably $10. That foundation is so expensive. Nudestix Tinted Blur. This is in the color 8 Deep. And I'm using this as a contour. I'm going to put it right where your bone is. I'm absolutely not going to put this here because God forbid that gets on my white shirt. It's just not happening. I am going to put it here because who doesn't love juicy lips? Same brush, Bella brush number 2. I'm going to blend in place. This Nudestix is meant to be a foundation. And so it blends really nicely exactly how I want it. Like, look at that. I'm just blending into place. I'm not like I'm doing this. I'm not doing this. Same thing here. Next thing we're going to do is my brows. I was initially going to paint little hairs on my brows, but because my eye is going to be a little bit more dramatic, I want just more of a softer brow. I'm going to be using the Brow Wiz in the color medium brown. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to comb my brows up. And you guys, now I just noticed that I want to add a little bit of this white just here to kind of complete the look. All right. Tiny, tiny, tiny pen. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to start here. I'm going to create a straight line very lightly. Very lightly. And I'm going to do the base of how I want my brow to look. Super, super, super light. I do love a longer brow, so I am going to elongate my brow. Then I'm going to work on the tail, and I'm doing tiny, tiny strokes. I'm just building my brow. This brow pencil is meant to mimic hair. So you are allowed to put this pencil in the areas where you don't have hair. Not just where you have hair. And here, I'm going to go more sparsely. And it really is feather strokes. Very, very light feather strokes. I really want just definition. And then just to fill in the blanks of anywhere that I do not. I am going to go harder here since I don't have that many hairs on my tail. My favorite brow gel to use currently is the L'Oreal Brow Lamination up to 24-hour hold. It truly holds 24 hours. I really love to comb my hairs up. I love a big, bold, fluffy brow, mainly because I have the forehead to sustain it. If you have a little forehead, do not comb your brows so high because it'll take most of your forehead away. But if you have a nice big forehead, definitely comb your hairs up. That way it can, what is it? Not contemplate. It can, yeah, it can, what's the word I'm looking for that's contemplate? It's so it can compliment. So it can compliment. We love everything big here, just like in Texas. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work on concealer. Today I'm going to do a combo. I always mix my products. So Kevyn Aucoin, the Sensual Skin Enhancer in the color S as in Sex, X as in X-Ray, and 07. It just goes with the flow, sensual. This stuff is super powerful. Be absolutely very careful with it. Kevyn Aucoin is a makeup artist that unfortunately passed way before he should have. But he left us with amazing makeup books and amazing products. I'm going to use what's on here. This is a lot in this little pot. And so I'm going to get some from this lid. I'm going to put it on my hand. Like, look at the power of this. Like, this is insane. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to start just airbrushing my dark circles, my uneven tone. Very airbrush, tiny strokes. Sometimes less is more, and in this case with concealer, less is absolutely more. Right away you can see it enhances you, and that's what you want to find. You want to find products that are not necessarily cakey, but that they're going to complement you. Again, very airbrush touch, feather-like touch. I'm using the Bdellium 787 large tapered blending brush. Does have synthetic bristles, so if it's synthetic, it's great for creams. That's all I'm going to use for the Kevyn Aucoin. I'm going to carefully put it away. All of my makeup is always so clean, and when people tell me, oh my god, no girl, it's you. It's not your makeup. Judgy? Yes. The next I'm going to use my Hourglass Pearl Vanish Concealer. And I'm going to 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. I'm not going to use a ton of concealer, and I am going to use this brush to lightly feather in the areas where I want the most definition. Make sure this little hollow area here, you're covering. I'm not going all the way up because I am going to do some eyeshadow there, so I don't need it, but I do want to make sure that I get here so it looks clean in this little area. That's right on top of the other one. Same thing here. When you layer lightly, the products will like each other. When you cake, they will not. Now, I am going to set my under eye with the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. Some very interesting, like, domey situation here. I am going to be using the Bella number 04. I'm going to pick up all of that, and then I'm going to dust it off away from me. I am going to stamp. Wherever you place the stamp first is where you want the most coverage, and that's of course right where my concealer is. Go in here again. Notice that I dusted it off like immediately, and I'm going to show you the other thing I'm going to do because I want extra coverage. Now for the second layer, I'm going to swivel it here, soften it even more, and do one more layer. Like, look how fine that is. It's beautiful. Now, it wouldn't be a makeup video if I didn't have a new product. I was pressured into buying the Kylie blushes, and I have two colors. I have Baddie on the Block and Pink Lover, and I will be using both. And we are gonna get a first impressions on the Kylie blushes. Now, these are the press blush powder blush. She does have several different ones, but we are gonna use this one. Now, we are gonna use Baddie on the Block. Oh my God, cute. This was on here. Look at this color. This color is beautiful. Like right off the bat, beautiful. I'm going to be using my 03. I'm gonna be dipping it in here. Ooh, payoff looks really good. Gonna dust off, and I'm going to be whoa. Okay, whoa. Okay, Kylie. Wow. Okay, wow. That blush color is gorgina. Like, you guys, this color is the perfect blend of pink and peach, and it complements. Like, I love this color. Wow. Wow. I'm a blush girl. I'm gonna go up here. Wow. Obsessed. Ooh, I usually am a cream blush girl, and I would have normally put a cream first. These are really nice. Like they seem powdery at first, but wow. Now we're gonna go with the color Pink Power. See what this looks like. Oh my God. This is very pinky, powdery, baby pink situation. So let's see how this comes out. Oh, wow. Okay, let's see. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Like, look at that. Like, that just softened up my look. Oh my God. This is so nice. Wow, I'm impressed with this color. Like, it doesn't look like much on the pan, but once you put it on, it is adorable. Wow. Look at the difference between this side. It's like a peachy pinky tone. And then when I add the baby pink on this side, it just takes it to the next level. Wow. 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 Blush just is everything to me. I'm going to finish the bottom of my eyes, and I am going to use this brush that's discontinued, but I love it. My Kit Co Pro. It still has a price on it. This brush is $25. Like, can you not right now? Number 113. I'm going to take the brown, and I'm going to go right under my eye here. Very detailed. And I'm going to mimic as if I'm going to pull it out like a liner. Like, look at the detailing with that brown. Pull it out as if it were a liner. Adding dimension. Now I'm going to take the Bella brush in number 10 and go into that transition color. And I'm going to go here and blow it out. This is why I didn't want to put my concealer all the way up, because I knew that I was wanting to get like a nice smoky bottom. Since I already have glitter on my lid, I'm just going to get some of the cream and I'm just going to put some here in my inner corner, just for a little bit of lightness. All right, now time for lashes. For lashes, you are first and foremost going to take your lash curler and you're gonna curl your lashes. The reason why you wanna do this is because if you do not curl your lashes, when you put on your falsie, it's gonna have a hard time sticking up. And the last thing you need is to put on a falsie and it not do what it's supposed to do, which is make your eye look bright, wide, and awake. So you want to have something for the lash to sit on. So I'm gonna do 2 curls because my lashes in particular are very, very, very straight. Well, this is gonna give me a nice little oompa loompa oompa. Now it's lash time. I'm gonna be using Luis Torres by J Lash Volume 2. I love these lashes. These are actually called the Perfect Bride. And I love them because they're so wispy. So wispy. Now I've used these already once, I think. So they're already molded to my eye, which is gonna make it super easy. The Kiss Super Stick Glue is my favorite glue. You're gonna go ahead and put a nice thick band of glue. Alrighty, the glue takes about, I wanna say like 20 to 30 seconds to dry. And then remember, when you put on your lash, it's gonna come from the sky. So you bring it from the top, you let it sit right in the middle, and you're gonna grab the corner, grab the other corner. Now, if your glue is not ready, this will not work. If your glue is not tacky, it will not do this. So make sure you let your glue dry. Let your glue dry so that it can be tacky. I'm just being picky. I like to kind of press the corners to make sure that they're on. The corners are the most difficult part about this whole thing. All right. Now really quickly with the Inglot Kohl, I'm gonna just kind of go inside really, really sparingly, like nothing too crazy, but I do want my eyes to be as open as possible. While the glue is drying, I'm gonna be doing my lips. Woo! I'm gonna go in with 2 lip liners. This one is the Rhode Color and Lean. Okay, very, very, I'm gonna say kind of like not really thinking about it. I'm just gonna kind of go and shape my lip. Kind of going over it too, kind of messy. Messy is what the word I'm looking for. Love the color Lean. Then I'm going to be using the Essence 8-Hour Matte Comfort Liner, and this is in the color Rosy Nude. And this one, I'm going to be a little bit more intentional. And I'm going to kind of fill in the blanks. I'm going to go in with the Fenty Beauty in the color Tulip Kiss. This is a nude color, and I'm just going to stamp it. A little bit. And finally, I'm going to go in with the Stila Gloss. And this has glitter on it. Oh my God, so pretty. So pretty. And to finish my look, I am going to go in with my favorite Prosa mascara, the gray one. I'm just going to put some bottom mascara. And just a little bit on my lashes, like nothing crazy. Just a little bit. And that is it, you guys. This is my makeup look, and the absolute last thing I'm gonna do, just in case I look way too powdery, is I'm gonna use the One Size Powder Melt, and I'm just gonna use it very sparingly. I'm not even gonna close my eyes because this mist is so fine, and it's gonna make my skin just look like skin. So wish me luck. I'm about to film a really cool video and head on to my Instagram so you can see it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I cannot wait to film more cool stuff for you. And until next time.